Yeah, top of it, top of it. Yeah, Kevin Samuels is on right now, and you know he already said some BS, and I'm just going to deal with a little small portion of the BS that he said. That he said. So let's listen to what he said, and I'm gonna say fair use.
After that D20, they would have wifed you in college, but you didn't want to get with him and build with him. So once a man is D20, you got to at least be an adjustable six. An adjustable six, a childless adjustable six that is fit, not on some boss chick, whatever, whatever, whatever. And this is why so many women get angry because they know they're in a position to where they can't go back. Well, I'm an attorney, can't go back. Well, I'm a doctor, can't go back. I'm a nurse, can't go back. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business, can't go back. But I look good, so what? So what? The market is open, and women worldwide have been made to understand that dating is harder today. The dating market looks bleak for the average woman. 50% of women out there know they have no shot because the men they are qualified for from a sexual marketplace value standpoint, they don't want. And these men are starting to take their attention away from these women. So you can't even get free attention from these guys. And ladies, if you don't like the market, understand your mothers and your mothers' mothers made it this way. Men do want D20 men want relationships, and they are actively looking for them with women who fit what they require. A woman that I'm talking about right now is a feminine asset.
Well, I gotta break it in because I don't want no copyright strikes and understand me or nothing like that. But we gonna continue with the proceedings because I'm gonna address it, break it down, and we're gonna go forward. And I want y'all to enjoy your show after I get through reviewing. You understand me? What he's already said. Come on.
I've been rewatching the Born Identity, the Born series. Keep talking about spin up the asset, spin up the asset. Are you a feminine asset? A feminine asset, a woman who's a net asset. Shout out to Jen London. Feminine assets. Feminine assets change the trajectory of any man they're dealing with. They are immediate boons to that man. Immediate. And when a man is dealing, and when men are, and men at the D20 level get to meet so many different women in business life, in their profession, in their personal and professional life, they understand the women who are assets to them versus the women who want to take. And the kind of men I'm talking about, they're not even talking about rotations. They don't even want a rotation. These guys.
Now notice he said that no rotations. No rotation. That means you're not dealing with multiple women. He said no rotations. And guys, stop telling me. Well, Kevin didn't say this. Kevin didn't say. Oh, be hearing it from the horse's mouth right now. But come on.
They've had the rotations. They've had the Monday, Tuesday girl, Thursday, Friday girl. They're getting to the point where like I just want my one, and one and then a possible.
Well, brother, if you wanted one in the possible, well, it sounds like to me you have zero. But come on.
They're trimming it down. So yes, I'm saying that the guys in the top 20 are going from these big rotations to 1 to 3 women they're dealing with. And they're only dealing with the 3 women because they don't want the one that's on the top of the list to get comfortable. But when it's time to start deciding to marry and have children, which these men want to do, they are going to pick women who are childless, who are fit, and whose mindset is about, I want to take everything that I am to put it on your program to help you get what you need to.
All right. Enough of that BS. Now, so this is what's being spewed over to these weak men. Now, wait a minute. It's something else I want to show you guys. It's something else that I wanted. He said it. I didn't. And we're going to deal with it. Come on with it.
Something they don't, and also, they do not want women who catastrophize. If you're this kind of woman, you're always like, well, yeah, but what if it doesn't happen, or it could go this, or it could go that? These kind of men do not want to deal with women who are always looking at the worst case scenario. I was talking to somebody earlier today. I'm like, why are women so negative about relationships and always looking for the worst? Well, what if a person gets crazy or this or that? And I'm like, well, most people aren't crazy. And see, as this week, we're going to be getting deep into the sociology and the psychology and the science, but I'm going to make it interesting for you. Basically be in this area. And then, ladies, understand something. If you're in this zone, then you got to compete.
Now, see, now we finna get to the sermon. Now we finna get to the word. And now you understand me, we finna get to the breakdown. Now, you guys heard all that, right? Now, first and foremost, I don't know who needs to hear this, and I know my target audience is mainly men. A few women, but 90% men, 10% women. Anybody who wants to see you win is going to help you win. So, understand something. That's why it's very important for men and women to do what I call cost-benefit analysis. And the formula is simple. Benefit minus cost equals value. Now, there is a effort expectation ratio to that also. The higher the effort, the more the expectations. So, if we put value, so we take whatever value is and you put expectations and effort on that. So if there is low effort, there should be low expectations. If there high effort, there should be high expectations. Now, if you expect something to cost a lot and you're willing to put effort in, then there should be great value and great benefit. If you put great effort into the cost and you put expectations on the cost, then there should be great benefit and value. So now you just heard the man contradict himself by saying these men just want to be with one woman. And these men don't want to do a dating rotation. They just want one woman and a possible. So now how you go from one to dealing with three women? Now, I'm not a math major, but I also heard him say, well, these women should be competing. Well, you would be competing against yourself with anybody who talks to Kevin Samuels about being a so quote unquote high value male. The cost benefit analysis will pretty much solve any problem that you may have. Now, if you do effort expectations ratio, right? Or there's another variable, right? Your effort will equal your expectations. Do nothing, you get nothing. Do something, you expect something. Do nothing and expect do something and expect something. Foolishness equals doing nothing but expecting a lot. And also foolishness is doing a lot and getting nothing. So we can go to these all day and tomorrow. So now what I just played for you guys is what Kevin Samuels actually said. And so I will say again, I am correct by basically what he said. You know, don't the top 20% of earning men. Well, if those men are already single, like he said, they would have been wiped up after college if they were so great. But what individuals want to try to do is dangle this carrot in front of women and really and say, hey, these men say they want this. And really what he's leading these guys to is to Incel Island. Incel Island. Because cost benefit analysis goes both ways. Because the top 20% of men want the top 20% of women. But the top 20% of women don't want the top 20% of men. Now, so we got to play the possibility of the odds. That's why the cost benefit analysis is so important in going forward, especially with dating and mating and things of that nature. You find out what's the benefit. That's what it is. What's the cost? Now, I've already said before, anybody who wants to see you win will help you win. But it appears to me that the only person who wants to win is a quote unquote high value male. So if it's me or anybody of my ilk, these warrior guys, these warrior class of men, say, man, why you call them warriors, man? Because anywhere we at, we stay ready. Nothing too big, nothing too small. We can go from the city suites to the executive suites. You know what I'm saying? We can go from the storeroom to the boardroom. We can, anywhere on the planet, we're comfortable. So, with that being said, as you adapt, hopefully these guys adapting this mindset and really take Kevin's words for entertainment. Because if you were to follow his lead, you're gonna be on Incel Island. You're gonna be on Incel Island, complaining about women. But if you do cost benefit analysis on yourself as a man and have some situational self-awareness, then you can get whatever you desire. Understand something. Like he said, it is true. Dating today is kind of crazy because as a man, there are no you have to compete. So the males have always competed for women. For some odd reason, this high value, your high value male, you have women competing for men. but men are still competing for women. You understand what I'm saying? These guys are competing for sexual access to women, but those guys are not really sexually attracted to the top 20% of women. That's why I asked earlier in earlier videos, what is the target demographic of these so-called high-value males? And then are those so-called high-value males doing cost-benefit analysis on the women that they want? Because there's a benefit and there's also a cost. And there's also then benefit minus cost equals value. And what a lot of high-value males are finding out is that a lot of the women that they desire, first off, don't desire them. And second off, there's no value there. Besides the obvious. And what women are realizing once they do cost benefit analysis on mating and whatever the case may be, there's not much value there. So if there's not much value, then you're saying, well, Brother Ray, we should be separated. No. What I'm saying is, get off the superficial bullshit. If you can. If it starts superficial, it's going to end in a superficial manner. Because character is very important. See, it's more important than the money. Because a high value male, everything revolves around his money. And with the top 20% of women, it don't really revolve around their money. It revolves around your character. Because if you're inconsistent as a man, then you're no good to that woman. That's character. That has absolutely nothing to do with your wallet. So I can also get into other financial formulas that applies to dating and mating. But, you know what I mean? The cost benefit analysis is the biggest one. It's the biggest one. Would you, now, this is your, well, I'll take this back. Let me put this to the man. Would you pay, if you made $120,000 a year, would you not want your mama to work and increase that $120,000 from taking care of two people, and you boost it up to $180,000 taking care of two people? Ladies, again, I bring it to you. He makes 120, or let's say he makes 60,000. You make 60,000. You get together. You have a part of 120,000. He has great character. He's somewhat sexual competent in the bed, and he ain't tough to look at. He ain't gorgeous, but he ain't hard to look at either. And he is consistent. And he's done some things to earn your respect. Now, typically, most women would go with that guy, opposed to a guy with money with no character. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, write it down, put that in your notepad, the cost benefit analysis. And it is an actual financial formula. But I put that towards dating and mating. And what you'll find is that, what you'll find is there's not much value to you that way. Because, again, If I can say, cost benefit analysis, and then I can then say, hey, if you really want to get to the nitty gritty of your dating and mating situation, well, just put strengths and weaknesses. Right on a piece of paper. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And begin to work on those. Strengthen your strengths and lessen your weaknesses. Because again, y'all want this microwave-esque type thing, and it ain't going like that. Next relationship is my last one. Nope, it ain't going like that. So again, go back to the contradiction he said. He said that these guys only want one woman. Then he said that woman has to compete. Compete with who? Ladies, understand something. Make that man compete also. Make that man compete. Hey, he said no free attention. Fine. Just stop giving me your attention. Period. So I think I done rambled on long enough. This video's went 21 minutes. Again, if you haven't heard nothing else, do cost benefit analysis on getting in a rotation of women, competing for this one man who don't add that much monetarily, don't add that much benefit. So with that being said, I think I said that being said about 4 million times. So I'm gonna end it right here. You guys heard the contradictions of what he's teaching men. And fellas, if you are championing his message, if you're going to champion his message, then and you don't have a woman, you're going to end up on Incel Island for the simple fact that you're going to live by someone else's standard for a woman. If peace is what you after, buy you peace and pursue that. Because one thing I know, with a very, very attractive woman, the 9s and the 10s, there is a lot of work that comes along with it. And so if you're not willing to do the work, you're not willing to put in the work, and with those 9s and 10s, you will be competing with other men. You will be competing with other men, but no other woman will be competing for you, especially when you got her. They're not going to be competing to be your wife. They may want to have sex with you, but they won't be competing to be your wife. There's no competition to be nobody's wife. I hate going on, keep on going on like this. How much time I got? Yeah, there are no competition to be wives, because most 9s and 10s don't want to be nobody's wife. Most 9s and 10s, while they're beautiful, they want men to compete for them, and they get all the rewards off that. They get the rewards off that. So I'm gonna stop it right here. I just wanted to play y'all a little sample of Kevin and his contradictions and his fables that he's telling men and women about men and women. So thanks for y'all time. Talk to y'all later.